He is one part recruiter, one part head coach, one part motivator, and one part mentor. Add it all up, and you have a one-of-a-kind. John Calipari, head coach of the Kentucky Wildcats, joins us now on Sportscenter. And, Coach, when I say the predominant number one, there are many who say that this is your best team yet at Kentucky. What did you say about it?
Can you imagine? I had John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Patterson.
You did.
Daniel Orton.
All of them.
Wait a minute. Darius Miller was on that team.
Yes, he was.
DeAndre Liggin was on that team.
Yeah.
Or you could go to Anthony Davis, Michael Kidd, Terrence Jones, Duran Lamb.
Right. This
Marcus
team, though, John, has 9 McDonald's All-Americans. And I want to say this. There's only one NBA team with more NBA or McDonald's All-Americans.
No, is that Duke?
No, you'd never guess. It's Wright State, believe it or not. It is Charlotte that has 10 high school McDonald's All-Americans. But John, you're dodging the question, as I knew you would. What do you say? What do you say to the experts who say this could be your best team, without mentioning your past teams?
Somebody walked in by Jim the other day and said, if you played 7 guys, do you know how good your team would be? And I said, yes, but I'm playing 10, 11, 12. I am 2 platooning. Right. And the reason is that's what's right for these kids. We had guys return. I thought kids never liked me because they always leave. Well, all of a sudden, we get 4 or 5 kids coming back unexpected. And we end up with 10 players who all can play. If I'm about me or the program, I'm playing 6, 7 guys.
Sure.
And forget about those other kids. We're going to lose games early because I'm 2 platooning. And, Jay, you know me well enough. You can tell I am going to 2 platoon. 5 guys in, 5 guys out.
Like a hockey lineup, essentially, right?
Yeah, it is. But it's not communism. If 2 guys deserve a few more minutes, they're getting it.
Right.
If one of the 2 platoons is really playing well, they'll play more.
How good can you be in March, John?
I don't know, because I don't know exactly how we're going to be playing. I just know early on there'll be angst and angry and in Kentucky because, you know, they don't really care about us winning every game. They're fine. We can go 500 and they'll do jumping jack. Cal, there were a bunch jumped off the bandwagon last year. And so that is going to be the clutter from the outside, pitting player against player, group against group, and will we be able to stay this course? And I've got to figure out who's going to be in which platoon. And then the players are bought in. They've been great. They sacrifice, they understand, they celebrate.
John? How do you get them to do that? Because we know that today's player can be very selfish, yet you're getting guys to sacrifice self for team. How are you doing that?
Why do you think I did the combine then?
Why did you?
Because I wanted them to know I got your back. You, individually, I got you. We're going to let these people see you and evaluate you, and then we're getting them out of here so we can worry about being a good team. They know I don't hold any players back. Because they know I'm about them, they can be about each other. How in the world do you get them to come together? Because I recruit them that way and tell them, I'm not going to promise you starting positions, minutes shot. You will get better as a player. That's how this has got to work. If they don't trust me, think about it. Can this ever work, what we've been doing? We had 5 guys leave and get to a Final Four. We have 4 guys leave the next year, win the national title. We play 5 freshmen start and get to the final game. Wow. How do you do it when they're all All-Americans and they all had the ball? They got to trust that we have their interest at heart.
Well, and somehow you do pull it together and you pull it off. I have to ask you about Drake at Midnight Madness. How did it happen that he came there, and what was up with the air ball?
Well, we've been friends for a long time, and he and I were friends when he wasn't Drake. And one thing I want to tell you, sometimes I get around guys like Drake and I get around LeBron, and I don't realize how big mega stars are. And the best guys that I've met that are mega stars are really grounded and understand they're going to leverage their position to help other people, and they're going to bring people with them, and they have their core people and they drag them with them. They hold them accountable and all those things. But Drake is one of those guys, mega star, that if you met, you would say, wow, I can't believe this guy's so down to earth and such a good guy.
Yep, met him, been here on Sportscenter, and that's exactly my takeaway. He was just a normal Joe six-pack.
Can you imagine that?
Who's a big sports fan.
How talented was he at the ESPYs?
Oh,
what?
Ridiculous. Yeah, man of many talents. Okay,
Wow.
I've always wanted to ask you this, and I never have, so I will not.
Not skilled shooting the basketball, but go ahead.
No, he should not shoot three-pointers. You get most of the kids you go after. We know that.
No, that's not true.
You get many of the kids. Okay.
No,
don't
not true.
Stop. You get many of the kids you go after. I want to know from you, John, the one that you most wanted to coach that got away.
I've gotten every player I've ever wanted.
That's the sad truth for the other coaches.
It's not true. It's not true.
It's close to being true, and you know it.
I tell you, the kids that we don't get shouldn't come here. I mean,
Why?
Here's what I'm saying. If you want to be a 30-point scorer, you don't come to Kentucky. If you want to be the face of the play, you're going to lead. You don't come to Kentucky.
Yeah.
I tell all these kids, if you don't come here, Kentucky's still going to be the same 10 years from now. And when I'm not the coach at Kentucky, it'll still be the same. So why don't we all come together and leverage this to help each other?
That's a great answer, but we have 15 seconds. Give me one name. That's a great answer. It is, but 15 seconds, give me one name. The player you wanted that got away.
Anthony Davis.
Thank you.
John Wall.
Derrick
Rose.
But these... I knew you were going to do this to me.
If I don't say DeMarcus Cousins, he'll go crazy.
No, I knew you were going to do this. You got all of those guys. The one that got away, John. The one that you wanted that got away. That said no to John Calipari.
I've had so many. I don't know the list. How much time? Do I have time right now?
Yeah, 15 seconds.
You said that 15 seconds ago. I tried to burn 15 seconds.
You did.
Now you're telling me 15 more seconds.
John,
tell me how much time I have.
Tell me who is the player that got away you most wanted to coach.
Then I'll make mad all the players that I didn't get. I don't want to do that either. But let me just say this. We're not the only team that has terrific players. What I'm happy about is 19 went on to the NBA, and many of them are getting their second contracts.
Okay.
And you know what? The ones that came were the ones we were supposed to get. The others went elsewhere and did well, and I wish them well.
All right. I understand the politically correct answer. Good luck as you open the season against Grand Canyon.
Thank you.